Welcome to your practice. My name's Sophie, and today we're going to do a short but creative, strong, and functional flow. It's going to be a full body Vinyasa class so that we can do a little bit of everything and feel complete at the end. So we're going to get started right away in tabletop. So come on into table. And we'll move into circles. Start by taking circles to the right. So as you move through your circles, you sit all the way back on your heels, and then go all the way around and forward, and just try to make the circles nice and big. And the next time you come forward, switch directions. The next time you come forward, you'll make your way back to center, and then come up onto tuck your toes and sit back on your heels for toes pose. Then reach your arms up and grab onto your elbows or maybe your wrists, wherever it feels comfortable. And take a side bend to the right. Now, stay to the right, then lean back, then go straight back, lean back and to the left, lean all the way to the left, go down and forward, and then all the way around, and keep going in this circle around the spine. So we're kind of moving through all directions. Now the next time you're over to the left, all the way to the left for a true side bend, stay there. And then we'll start to go back and all the way around slowly and make circles. One more time. And then come back up to center and release your arms down and come into tabletop and untuck your toes. And walk your hands out in front of you for puppy pose. Stay on your fingertips, and you could put your chin or your forehead down, whatever you feel ready for this morning. Then rise up into table with your hands under your shoulders and round your spine. Chin into your chest. And come back into neutral. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. So now the spine is nice and warmed up. So we'll move into down dog and take about 3 rounds of breath here to find movement or stillness. And begin to walk your feet up to your hands. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, stay here. Slight bend to the knees as you reach your arms back behind you. Feel the weight shift into your toes so you feel a nice stretch in the back of your legs. Then interlace your hands behind your back, roll your shoulders back, and fold forward. Let the arms come up and over, and if you can, try to keep your palms close together. Now, release your hands down to the ground and make your way into chair pose. Bend your knees as you sweep your arms up. Then take your arms back behind you and shift your weight forward onto your toes so your heels lift. Bring your heels back down. Reach your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, arms back, heels lift, drinking bird. Inhale, heels down, arms up. Let's move through that one more time. Arms back, heels up, heels down, arms up, stand all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart and your arms down by your sides. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. We'll move through some sun salutations. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step back into plank. Now lower onto your forearms one at a time for a forearm plank. Firm up your thighs. Shift your weight forward. And set your hips down onto the ground and untuck your toes. Option to lift your elbows for seal. Roll the shoulders back and lower back down into Sphinx. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up, forearm plank. Try to keep your hips very stable as you rise back up into high plank and downward facing dog. Look forward and step or hop to the front of the mat. Lift up halfway, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, stand, reach your arms up. Exhale, go right back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Lower down onto the forearms, forearm plank. Lower your hips down. Sphinx, option to lift your elbows. Inhale. Exhale, lower back down. Tuck your toes. Lift your thighs and press up to a forearm plank. Come back up onto your hands, high plank, and downward facing dog. Look forward, step or hop forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach the arms up. Exhale, go back down. We'll do the same thing one more time. Lift up halfway. Step back into plank. Lower onto your forearms. Lower your hips down for Sphinx. Option for seal. Inhale. Exhale, elbows down. Tuck your toes. Let's press up to forearm plank. Then rise up to high plank. Downward facing dog. Good job. Bring your feet together and lift your right leg up. Bring your right knee to your left upper arm. Then extend your right leg out to the right and lift your left arm up. So you go onto the inner edge of your left foot. Option to put your right foot down or keep it lifted. For 3, 2, 1, three-legged dog. Right leg goes up and back. Inhale, exhale, step your foot between your hands. Put your back knee down onto the ground. Take an inhale here. Exhale, straighten the right leg into half splits. Inhale, back into low lunge. Exhale, half splits. And then one more time, just to warm up the back of the leg and half splits here. And then bend the knee back into low lunge and sweep your arms up. Sweep your right arm forward, down, and around and back for a twist. Press your hips forward. And then let's reach the arm down, forward, and back up. Inhale. Exhale, right arm forward, down, and back. And again, inhale, reach it up. One more time. Exhale, arm goes back. Inhale, arm goes up. Bring your hands to your heart. Twist to your right. Hook your left elbow. And then lift your back knee up off of the ground. Make sure you're not gripping too much with the toes. Can you spread the toes? Now keep your spine facing down. So keep your chest oriented how it is. Then start to turn your chest to face down. A similar position, but now we're not twisted. Continue to lean forward and lift your left leg up off of the ground into Warrior 3. Knit your ribs in, so your belly kind of draws in. Spine is long. Draw the right hip back. Set the left foot down into pyramid pose on the ground. Put your left fingertips down and reach your right arm up. Revolve pyramid or revolve triangle. Pravrita Trikonasana. Plant down through your left hand and step your left leg back into low lunge. So you're in a low lunge twist. Roll onto the outer edges of both feet and start to slide your right foot back a little bit so you're in funky lizard. Keep your hips lifted, keep pressing into your left hand for one more breath. And then set your hips down and face the back of the mat. Right foot is still hooked over the left leg and the left foot is flexed. Bring your right fingertips behind you. Hook your left elbow over your right knee. So we're in Ardha Matsyendrasana. Just find a softness here for a couple breaths. A moment of stillness. And now unwind, so now you're facing the back of the mat. Bring the hands behind you. Uncross your right leg, and bend your left knee also. Plant the left hand behind you, so the left fingertips are facing the back of the mat. Reach your right arm up. Lift your hips up, and then sit back down. Again, lift up, and sit back down. One more time. Lift. It's almost like you're in wheel, but your left arm is kind of oriented differently. And then sit all the way back down. Now bring both of your hands behind you again on your fingertips. An option to lift your arms up here. Take your feet wide and drop your knees over to the left. So your right knee comes all the way down and taps the ground. And then bring your knees all the way up and over to the right. All the way up, over to the left. One more time. Up and over to the right. Stay here. Bring your hands behind you. And you might have to like shift your hips over a little and put your forearms on the ground. And again, a moment of stillness, of softness. You can let your head kind of drop down. Rise back up onto your hands. Stay right here. Extend your left leg long and lift your left arm up. We're coming into a modified side plank, so just lift your hips and slide your right knee underneath of you and lift your left arm up. Bend your left knee, reach back, grab onto the left foot and kick the foot into the hand to create that back bend. So your abdominals are strong here, and then you're finding the extension of the spine and really kicking through your left foot. Re-extend your left leg and left arm up. Put your left foot down onto the ground. Put your left hand down onto the ground. Shift and face forward, face down, and lift your right knee up. Roll onto the outer edge of your left foot. Set your right foot behind you. Wild thing. Bring it back around. Now keep your right leg lifted if you want to lower down for chaturanga. Both feet down for upward facing dog and hips up, downward facing dog. Breathe in through your nose and out of your mouth. Okay, now we'll lift the left leg up. Inhale. Exhale, left knee to right upper arm. Roll onto the inner edge of your right foot, right arm up. You can keep your left leg lifted as you extend it or set it down. For 3, 2, 1, three-legged dog. Left leg up and back. Step your left foot between your hands. Excuse me, Marley. Put your knee on the ground. Fingertips on the ground. Inhale. Exhale, shift back, straighten the left leg, half splits. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward into low lunge. And reach the arms up. Bring the hands to your heart. Twist to your left. Hook the right elbow. Tuck your right toes. Lift your back knee. Shift your weight forward a little bit. Good, now keep leaning forward. You're going to unhook the right elbow from the knee so that your hands are at your heart and you're facing forward and looking down, chest faces down. Make your way into warrior 3 with hands at your heart. Right leg lifts, ribs draw in so that you kind of lift away from the ground a little bit. Try not to fall over like I just did. Okay, then we'll step the right foot onto the ground for a pyramid. Put the right fingertips down, lift the left arm up. So revolve triangle. Reach a little higher, roll the left hip back a little more. Good, then plant the right hand, step the right foot back. Roll onto the outer edges of both feet and slide your left leg back a little bit for funky lizard. Set your hips down on the ground, turn and face the back of the mat. Right foot flex, sit tall, left fingertips behind you, right elbow hooks over. Nice controlled, slow breaths now. And come back to face forward. Uncross the legs, bend both knees, both feet flat. Right hand behind you and the right hand faces the front of the mat. Lift your arm up and lift your hips up. Inhale. Exhale, come back down, tap the ground. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Bring your fingertips behind you and drop your knees all the way to the right, and you might take your hands up if you're able to, like you're getting arrested. And then bring your knees up and over to the left and up and over to the right. And then last one, all the way to the left. Then continue to turn your hands around. You might reorient your hips a bit as you lower down and put your forearms down onto the ground. Let your head hang. Rise back up onto your hands. Straighten your right leg. Lift your right arm up. Modified side plank, so just scoot that left knee under you and lift your right leg up. Bend your right knee. Reach back and grab onto your foot and kick back into the foot. So you're focusing on the extension of the upper back, so your shoulder blades move towards the back of the spine. Keep kicking. Then re-extend your right leg, set your right foot down, put your right hand down, pivot to face down, and lift your left knee up. Extend your left leg straight back. Bend the left knee, roll over the right side for Wild Thing. Left arm reaches up. Bring it back around to one-legged plank, and you can keep your leg lifted as you lower down halfway. Upward facing dog or cobra, and downward facing dog. Set your knees down. Let's take child's pose. Settle down. And start to walk the hands up. Come into a seat. Our final asana will be Baddha Konasana. So feet together, knees wide. Sit tall, wrap your hands around the toes. And as you start to lean forward, you'll put your elbows into your calves and lean forward with a flat back. And then when you can't go any further, then you could kind of let your head drop down. And slowly rise up. And take your legs into a cross-legged position or anything else that feels good. And we'll just end here with a little bit of breathing. So if you want to lay on your back and then go into Shavasana after, then I highly recommend it. Otherwise, cross your legs, sit tall, rest your hands down. If you're sitting upright, bring your chin slightly down so that lengthens the back of the neck. Relax your shoulders. Trace the breath with your mind. Where does it begin? Where does it end? And then we'll take a couple deep breaths together. On your next inhale, fill up the belly, fill up the ribs, fill it all the way to the collarbones, and then exhale. Again, 3-part breath. Fill up. Let it go. And then biggest breath you've taken today. Fill up. And exhale. Bring your hands together. And we'll bow in gratitude for this practice. Thank you so, so much for practicing with me today. I hope you loved it, and if you did, leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button so that we can continue practicing together. All right, I'll see you next time.